artists, it's Miss Messer, and today we are painting. I am so excited to paint with you. So I wanted to make sure we know how to do it and we can make the best art possible using our art supplies. So let me show you what materials we're going to be using today. We're going to be using a cup of water and a paintbrush. We're going to be using our artwork from yesterday, and we're also going to be using blue watercolor. Okay, so if you remember yesterday, I asked you to draw with crayons, and I asked you to draw with crayons for a reason, and the reason is science. Okay, so um, crayons are made out of wax. It's the same thing that candles are made out of. So crayons are made out of wax, and when wax and water get together, they don't like each other. They do this, they resist each other. So we're going to use that to our advantage when we're working with watercolors. So this is a little tray of watercolor. Even if I gave you one that looked like this, that you could see the bottom of, there's still watercolor at the side. So trust that if I give you one, there's enough in it for you to use. So what you're going to do is repeat after me. Dip, swish, wipe, make a puddle. So the first time you're going to do this, you want to make a puddle in your watercolor. I already kind of have one because I've been doing this. So I'm going to keep dipping and swishing until I get a little color, a little puddle in my watercolor. And then I'm going to paint from my puddle. So I'm going to dip my paintbrush in here. Now you'll notice I have two fishies. One fishy is kind of lighter and one fishy is a little darker. I use the same color for both. I just pressed harder on this one and pressed a little lighter on this one. I'm going to go ahead and show you, not one of these is wrong. They're just going to end up being different. So let's do this one first, the one that's a little bit more covered. So I'm going to go dip, I'm swishing, I'm painting from my puddle. Ooh, wow. And I'm going straight over, I'm going right over my, so what's happening here is that the wax, even though I'm painting right over my crayon, the wax resists the water. So the only place I can really see the blue is when I haven't colored in completely. So I'm gonna keep going. Dip painting from my puddle. Ooh! And when you do this, you're gonna be able to see up close that the water just like runs away from anywhere that there's wax. Now you can make a darker color too by adding less water, just so you know, but you don't want to have a color that's like real dark and sticky. If you get it like super, super dark, you will be able to paint over your wax and it just won't look very good. So make sure you keep your, it needs a lot of water in your watercolor. Let's try this one and see how it looks. Boop, boopy doop. Boop, boop. Wow, it definitely looks like it's underwater. But you can see, I can see a lot more of the blue on this one's body than this one. And that's just because I colored harder with the wax in this one. Remember, there's not one right way or one wrong way. There's just different ways. So I can't wait to see what you come up with today. I'm so excited to paint with you. Remember, dip, swish, make a puddle, paint from your puddle. Oh, all right, let's see those fish swimming around.